how to calculate area. Area describes how much of a surface a shape has. So the area of this rectangle is the space inside. The units are centimetres squared. It could be metres squared, for example, kilometres squared. We're just going to say for this lesson that each of these squares is 1 centimetre. It's not exactly, but we're just going to say they're 1 centimetre. So that square there has an area of 1 centimetre squared. Right, let's work out the area of this shape. And you can work out the area of some shapes by counting squares. And the best way to do this, so you don't get confused about which ones you've counted and which ones you haven't, is to start counting like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've counted the squares. And then I've got these triangles. And the triangles are worth half each. So I've got 8.5, and then 8.5 add a half is 9, and add another half is 9.5. So I think the area is 9.5. I'm just going to check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.5. 8.5 add a half is 9, and 9 add a half is 9.5 centimetres squared. So that's how you work out area, by counting squares. Just be careful with the half squares, those triangles. Now the area of a rectangle can be worked out by calculating by doing the length multiplied by the width. So if we look at this one here, now you could work this out by counting the squares, but let's just pretend the squares weren't there. So we've got 6 multiplied by 3, so the area of this rectangle is 18 centimetres squared. Let's have a look at another question where we don't have squares. So here we've got a square, it's a post-it note, and let's say it's 8 centimetres across. And we know it's a square. And because we know it's a square, this distance down here must also be 8 as well. So to work out the area of this square, we just do 8 multiplied by 8. So this square has an area of 64 centimetres squared. Let's look at another example. Let's say we had this rectangle, and it's up here, there we are, and we would like to work out what the length of A is. So on this question it's given you the area, but it's asking you to work out what A is. So we know that 9 times A equals 36 centimetres squared. So this time we've got the answer, but we need to work out what the length is. So we know the area, we know the length, but we don't know the width. So 9 times A is 36. So what we're going to do is just going to do the inverse operation. So we're going to do 36 divided by 9. And 36 divided by 9 is 4. So that length there is 4. So 9 times something is 36. 9 times 4 is 36. Or 36 divided by 9 equals 4 centimetres. So let's just have a quick recap. Area describes how much of a surface a shape has. The units are squared like this, centimetres squared, metres squared, or maybe kilometres squared if you're measuring a huge area. And you can see here it's the amount of space inside. When you're counting squares, be careful. You count them all. Don't miss any out. Don't count any twice. Be careful adding up in halves. So it's 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, 9.5 centimetres squared. Area of a rectangle, length times width. Square is the same method, but obviously it's length times length. 8 times 8 is 64 centimetres squared, because remember, square is a type of rectangle. And then lastly, you might get a question that involves doing an inverse operation. And if you get a question involving doing an inverse operation, it might ask you to work out the length. You know the area. So we did 9 times something is 36, 9 times 4 is 36. 36 divided by 9 is 4 centimetres, so the width is 4.